we've partnered with on many occasions to who, they've waged legal battles and they've managed to protect sites, and just local residents. There's a Save Nadur effort, there's a Save Gozo effort. Every day, more and more numbers are being launched and more people are joining the movement. We have petitions, we have letter writing campaigns, we write articles, we do physical protests. And this idea was to bring the artists into the fold, because I truly believe that art is a magical medium that reaches the hearts as well as the minds of so many in a way that sometimes protest can't accomplish. So yes, so that is my side of it. And now I'm going to give the floor over to our Vice President, Angel Galia, who is, versatile in both languages. So over to you, Angel.
Grazzi tal-li qegħdin hawnhekk. Ħanitkellem bil-Malti biex inkunu qegħdin nitkellmu ovvjament biż-żewġ lingwi. Minix sandum għal benefiċċju ta' dawk kollha li ma jifhmuhx il-Malti. Aħna qegħdin hawn flimkien għaliex nafu li għandna l-qalbna kemm Malta u kemm Għawdex u qegħdin hawn biex nipproteġuha. So I'll jump back to English. That was just a nod to my language, to our language. And we're all here because we have our heritage, our culture, and our nature at heart. And we're together enforcing this call to arms. Not literal arms, obviously, because we're pacifists, but we cannot be overrun by people who have other issues at heart. They have another scope. We're artists, we're human beings, and we're here together as a community to save our future together. So thank you so much for being here. And Dawn has been so important in this event. She has curated so many beautiful works for you, representing a lot of artists that came together to show their heart, literally their heart on a sleeve, because we are here to save Gozo and Malta, but this one is for Gozo. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you as well. So I just want to give a nod out to so many of the artists here. I see Tanya Van Poog, Nicola Dennis, who has also been just so wonderful in helping, curate this event, and I want to give a shout out to her. Tanya Lettinen as well has really just sacrificed so many hours and so much of her energy and intelligence, and we're so grateful. I see Michael Buffa and Justin Couchy, who was so sweet to not only give us his photographs for the exhibition, but also to allow us to use in our advertising of the events, and some wonderful photos. And Gaia Oliveri is here. Beautiful artist and architect. Marlene Saliba, of course, renowned poet and dear friend. And yeah, and more should be joining us. I am just putting up the link to our events page. So if anyone wants to share the link, that's fine, because unfortunately the live streaming isn't working. But c'est la vie. I am going to share my screen and we are going to just really enjoy some beautiful art. I hope you like. So here we go. 1 second. Just bear with me.
So this is it. We're gonna start. I'm so excited.
Yes.
L-aħħar siġra. So with Maltese, l-aħħar siġra. Up to you, Dawn.
Okay, great.
Remember the window, sometimes filled with frothing breakers, the next day with warmth and calm and wonder.
It was weakened by explosives set to widen the tunnel from the inland sea, as if nature wasn't corrosive enough.
Remember the first plan for Slendy? 2-story buildings sloping up the hill, the view unblocked.
Greedily forgotten by a corrupt planning authority.
And the tale goes on. They'll bury Gigantia behind a wall of half-deserted rooms.
In Nadur, ODZ means nothing.
If you own a football club, you can score.
The ref's been bribed.
If you buy a passport, you can build in Dweira.
Quarries are fair game. Brick them up.
A new road needed.
Gridlocked in seconds.
Airport journey longer than the flight.
Tourists will come to lay towels on concrete until they don't come anymore.
The sun will still shine and bake the barren structures, built on every blade of grass.
Block upon block, mostly empty.
Limestone canyons of 9 by 11.
Reaching to the heavens and filled with the tuneless howling wind.
A stone island, tarmac underfoot, separating indistinguishable streets.
A black maze.
A black maze.
I live in a penthouse. I'm lucky. I can see sky.
What else can you see?
Walls.
The Cittadella.
Not anymore.
Bardan.
The light doesn't shine.
The sea.
Ugh, don't want to.
You don't swim?
In the pool.
But the healing salt water.
Brown now. The sewage plant can't cope.
Water is a luxury. It costs more than gold.
The pool is priceless.
Remember the sound of a donkey braying in a field?
Remember a field?
Remember a skyline without any cranes?
Remember the sky?
Remember green?
In a pot?
Remember Gozo?
We forgot.
Vanishing Landscape by Mario Samut, ceramist and sculptor. This ceramic panel, fired to 1260 degrees Celsius, depicts the rows of 1- and 2-story buildings of our villages and the flowing hills of our countryside that is vanishing before our eyes. It is a pity that our villages and countryside are being subjected to an onslaught of building frenzy that is changing forever the character of our environment. The 1- and 2-story buildings are being demolished to make way for multi-story apartment blocks. The least we can do is preserve what is left and not let the situation deteriorate further. Our hills and greenery and village cores are being taken away from us and from future generations. Let's stop this madness before this will be obliterated forever.
Ah, Malta, such a beautiful place, with so many sights, architecture, and open space. A place of tranquility, peace, and views of the sea. Or so it used to be. Every morning, schools start their day with our dearest poem, Lil Din L'Art Helwa. And to those who don't know what that means, it means Malta, our sweet sacred land. My Nannu always tells me stories about times when Malta didn't have any cars, and not even planes. Now take a look around, and I assure you that all you will see are buildings and cranes, digging, destroying, taking over and erasing all of what our Malta used to be. Our beauty quickly perishing and soon to be just another part of our pretty little island's history. And how could we forget our beloved Gozo, our loving neighbors just a boat away? Such a magical place. Every step on that land makes my heart beat at such a steady pace. Gozo, the place that we just love to visit, our getaway place, a paradise. Even if it means just a few days, We just have to get away from Malta's mayhem, chaos, and misery. But people are greedy. They don't really care for sea, land, animals, and our national heritage. No, they don't care for that kind of green. They like things like wealth, taxes, law, and business, fancy clothes, expensive buildings, big machines, and many other excessive things. They would rather dig up our ancestors' graves, our ancient artifacts, and our sacred land to receive their flows of cash in the forms of hotels, houses, garages, and even more flats. Now, because of this, our dearest Gozo is being taken down along with Malta, with more flats, garages, and yet again, all those other non-essential, excessive things. We don't want more cranes or planes, and not even trains. We just want our land back, our voices heard, and restoration of our ancestral terrains. How many protests, poems, songs, and voices will it take for our government to get their fingers out of their ears and see that this is not what we wish for our little Malta to be? How high, how far, how loud do we have to shout for them to stop ignoring what is coming out of our mouths? Are we invisible? Are we on mute? I don't think so. So why does it seem so? Inħawlu aktar siġar għal-ambjent aħjar. Okay, sure, good job. But that wouldn't be the case if you hadn't dug up all of Malta in the first place. Ah, Malta, right, that place. A place of chaos and mayhem, a miserable place. What about Gozo, I hear you say? Well, that too is soon to be yet just another place. A place like Malta, full of chaos, madness, and misery.
So where are we at? Another year through, all the things seen, but what did we do? Wildlife threatened, our earth-breathing trees, forever the consumer and driver to please. So what do we do after this long jolly spell? A dislocated, faceless, naked new hell? The young want to leave, sad indeed, when surrounded by ignorance, cruelty, and greed, as they see no hope on corruption's slope, but a passion glows and a movement grows. Our planet needs you, for she does choke. Ignorance is no longer a joke. It never was bliss. Think of the things you will miss when we are barren and have no shade or water, humans and animals all awaiting slaughter, to be filled with implants for entertainment. Maybe you will live, but then again, if the earth had a plan, it would wipe us all out. Our abuse is without a shadow of doubt. So this is called the Dream Nightmare Circus. Circus comes to town today. It's going to take your soul away. The clowns are painted with moral decay, and the big top tent precariously sways, but you're happy. The circus has come to town, but you will drown. So frown. Ha! The tightrope walker will swallow your fears, and the fire swallower will guess about your tears. Acrobats will vivisect you, and the fire eater has eyes of glowing flame, and she's claiming you. Boo-hoo! The circus came to town today, and it already took your soul away. Your eyes are painted with moral decay, but you must perform the pay your way for the dream nightmare circus came to town, and you drown. So go down. Ha ha ha! This is my maniacal laughter at the end.
are. I think this expresses a lot of our feelings, anger, despair, activism, the need to activate others. Malta-Arch partners a lot with Movement Graffiti, for whom I am so grateful. And, you know, they're really, I feel, the leaders in this effort, because the images we just saw with Movement Graffiti's protection of the Haddingly trees, that was just an onslaught of 300-year-old carob trees. The ERA didn't protect them. In fact, the ERA is probably in cahoots with developers. This was against the wishes of most of the residents. And, you know, we see this happening, or this can happen in Gozo. You know, it's starting, but, you know, think of the long term. Think of next year, 5 years, 10 years, and even in Malta, it's not just about Gozo. This, of course, is about Gozo, this particular event, but it's the entire country and it's the entire world. You know, all of us, in my opinion, on this planet have a duty to protect the life here. So, you know, if you can help volunteer with graffiti, or if you know people who possibly can help. In fact, I know there's an architect in our audience at the moment, Gaia, so I don't know if you are connected to Movement Graffiti yet, but maybe you want to, but really spread the word. And speaking of spreading the word, I'm just going to stop sharing.
Yeah. Indeed, Graffiti, Malta Graffiti have also shared the Zoom link. Unfortunately, this time around, we didn't manage to go live on Facebook, unlike during our rehearsal, which we managed beautifully. But just for today, we just shared the Zoom link, and I've been sharing it around. If you could also share the Zoom link so others can join, but we might be also able to have this recording, and we can continue spreading the word, because this doesn't stop with today. Obviously, this is a uphill road which we're all taking together, and the more we join virtually and physically, the stronger our voice is. Ħanitkellem ftit bil-Malti, grazzi tal-li qegħdin hawnhekk, nerġa' niskuża ruħi li ma rnexxilniex immorru live din id-darba fuq Facebook Malta-Arch page, tinsewx tagħmluha like, imma iż-Zoom link jekk tistgħu tixxerjawha ma' nies li diġà tafu li forsi interessom li jitalmu x'qed jgħidu l-artisti li qed jiġu flimkien biex kollha flimkien nippruvaw nipproteġu kemm l-għawdex f'tal-każ u kif ukoll il-Malta. So back to a bit of English, because I don't want to see blank faces.
How can we share it? Sorry, can I ask this? How can I share it now? Because my friends would like to go in.
Yes, so on the face, thank you for asking, Ingalda.
You know what, Angel, just let me make it easier. I'm going to put the link to the...
Yeah, so I can share it from the mobile. I am not very technically good on the computer, but if you can let me know, I will share it now, because definitely my friends would like to go in, which is something really nice. Especially I am with the Gozo Business Chamber from Gozo. Definitely this will interest them a lot. Yeah.
Perfect. It's already on the Malta-Arch Facebook page. It's the first thing on the Malta-Arch Facebook page. If I think I can share. I can show you here. So if we go on Malta-Arch, sorry for the mess, that's my Facebook.
It's okay. We're a bit, guys.
So why isn't it going on? There you go. So it's here, Alda.
Yes.
So it's the first one. So you type search Malta-Arch, and then it's the first one.
I'm doing
and you copy all, you can copy this or just the link and you share that. And thanks, Alda, for asking.
What I will copy, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I'm not so
I was too quick. It's okay, sorry. So
it's okay. I think it's easy. I just pasted it in the Zoom chat. I mean, yes, in the
as well.
And so I do want to move on, you know, because I want to keep the momentum flowing. But just to remind everybody, we do have some petitions going around. And one petition I just put up in the chat. It's to save Gozo yes, I'll be honest, we've been criticized saying, you know, this isn't a very specific action, or that, you know, people are going to sign the petition and then feel like, okay, we've saved Gozo, nothing more to do. And of course not. I think all of us know that this is just the beginning, but we have, I think we have over 1,500 people last I checked, or nearly 1,500 people. So, you know, that's quite a substantial amount in my opinion. And if all of us just keep sharing and, you know, we disseminate it and we sign it and we ask our friends and family to sign, and if we have, you know, maybe even 2,000 people, you know, that's something we can put in a press release. That's something, you know, we can send to the authorities and say, look, you know, within a month, we have 2,000 people protesting against this unsustainable development. Okay, so I shared that in the chat, and you know, also if you would like to send your email in the chat, if you're not a part of the Malta-Arch mailing list, because you know we keep you up to date with objection letter campaigns or protest actions. Obviously, everything's posted on our Facebook page. So if you haven't liked us, you can like us. But, you know, sometimes there are, you know, more text heavy messages that we just send out through email. And if you're not on our list, and if you would like to just send your email right on the chat, or you can text it to us later on the Facebook page, that's great, because you are also part of this movement. It's not, you're not passive witnesses to, you know, a show right now. You know, you are part, you're, you know, we're all tiny specks of light in the vast cosmic dance. I'm waxing poetic here, but we have to let our light shine, and we have to, sometimes I look at the universe as a game of Othello. I don't know if you've played Othello in Malta. It was very popular when I was a kid, but it's a game board where you have, you know, different colors, light and dark. And I don't necessarily,
I've never heard of this one.
Oh, so it's basically,
No.
It's a really fun game, and you just have to switch the colors to all, you know, light or all dark. And I hate the metaphor of light and dark being good and evil, because I think there are some sort of racist connotations to that. But I just think, you know, all of us have the potential to be at our highest levels, you know, to really reach to be good, active, caring, compassionate individuals. Or all of us have the capacity, unfortunately, you know, to do harm, sometimes intentionally, sometimes not. But if we try to raise it to a more conscious level, you know, think of our words and our actions and try to convert everyone to, you know, even the evil, quote unquote, ministers or developers who are threatening our planet and our little tiny island. We really want to just try to bring as many people as we can to the light, including ourselves. So that was
Dawn, just something very quick. You said you posted some things on the chat. They didn't show up. Perhaps you sent them as a private message.
I send them. I send them
Angel
now.
has sent them. All right.
It's okay.
So just in case you send some links, make sure they're sent to everyone.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
That.
I don't know why when I technical stuff when I pop my chat, I don't know. It's okay. Giving me direct messages. So yes, thank you, Michael. That was very helpful. Okay, so work in progress. Let's just so you know that the last section we just witnessed was entitled "Our Beautiful Island Needs Protection." And this coming section is called "Our Beautiful Heritage Needs Preservation." So without further ado, let me share the screen and get the next group of videos up. By the way, while I'm doing that, I should plug Sunday's protest in Gozo outside of Victoria on Sundays at 11. A bunch of concerned citizens are gathering, and obviously we would like everyone to participate. So just so you know, Malta-Arch will of course be advertising this event on the page. But there you go.
Yes, so as you can see, at this moment in our history, we need more active citizenship, and we need everyone to join and everyone to be there for each other. So we have a better future, which respects our past.
Amen, amen. And which connects to our next section of videos. Here we go.
I used to wake up and hear the sounds of the birds, but now every morning is interrupted by the sounds of construction. My beautiful little town on my beautiful little island. This is happening in every town, on every island. They have ruined Malta's natural beauty, and Gozo is next, solely for profit. Last week, I saw that they proposed to build 71 apartments and 74 garages on a dead-end street in my town of Nado. Across the street, people just bought some flats, and the seller promised a country view and that no one was allowed to build in front of them. But that is already not the case, and exactly what we are fighting.
This is actually my grandfather's rock. He used to sit here. So if they build here, this rock is going to be removed. And that's very sad for me because I've never met him. I don't know him.
You just know that there's this rock.
He used to sit there. And then a bit further down are like a few small farmers.
Yeah, aren't people still farming this land?
Yeah. There are, if you like, check it out.
These are people's lives, their livelihoods, and our culture. Yet this is not just about Nadur or this specific piece of land. This is about every town and every future monstrous proposal that is for sure to come our way. This is our chance to show them that we will not sit by. This is my home. I grew up here. I think we've all enjoyed its beaches, its countryside, the fresh fruits from the tree. And I ask you, how do you not feel guilty enjoying the land and everything it offers you, but not protecting it? So do not be fooled into thinking it's another beautiful day outside, because the sun is shining and the sea's glistening. One day in the near future, you will wake up and it will be dark outside, because the sun will be obstructed by the buildings we let them build, and it will be too late. You may feel helpless, and that I understand, but start small. Talk to your family, your friends, your neighbors. I am sure they feel the same way. But do not expect for things to change overnight. Be patient and never take no for an answer. You have so much more power when you realize that your voice matters, even if your pockets are empty, because we are so strong when we unite together. You can start by opposing this specific land proposal in Nadu and filling out the PA form we linked below. All you have to do is copy and paste the template. Let's recognize our luck. It is so rare to be from such a place, to have this beauty, our culture, our people. We are such a small fraction in this world, less than 1 million of us. So let's preserve who we are, and let's preserve our beautiful island, for we have so much to offer, and I hope our future generations get to see that. This is truly our beautiful little island in the beautiful Mediterranean Sea. Never forget that.
mużika tal-pjanti. Jum wara jum, il-uffiċjat bikħin ta' fil-ħodu, il-ħares lejn din l-alkemija ta' kull sernieħ li taf tbiddel id-dlam fid-dawra. Il-ħosni ħin jaħdejt bi bixtieri, l-uniċi kumpaniji li jgħixu f'dari miegħi tul dawn l-aħħar 11 sena. Għal-nisma l-ħna jesistakom, jisom jitħattu, ġewwa l-għamla u l-lem, tbesbis ħlejju li jaf kif jifarraġni, kif jirriġini. Għamra man nisa ta'kom, tmel-ismi, tbajjen fija li l-mistiku, u l-ferħi tħol aktar fil-fond tal-ispirtu tijaj jimdebba. Jum wara jum, waqt li nħares lejn iswidija tal-lejl tagħti wara qadar, nibqa' nsegwi l-mużika sib ta' Ġamaico, jissum it-temp għas-sifna tal-weekend, għat-top ta' qalbi, għal-ħin tal-istaġuni. Jum wara jum.
Plant music. Again and again, rising in the early hours of the morning, watching the daily alchemy of darkness transmuting to light. Content, besides my dear plant friends, my only constant companions these last 11 years. Listening to your voices that seem to speak through shape and color, gentle whispers that know how to soothe me, how to guide me. Your abstract touch caresses me, awakens my mystical self. Joy seeps deeper and deeper within my receptive spirit. Again and again, while watching night darkness cover your leaves, I keep hearing your still music, in tune with the dance of the stars, the resonating beat of my heart, the pattern of the seasons, again and again. Why am I here today? Not with my family, not comfortable at home, not playing with my sons, not taking care of my needs and desires. I feel compelled to let you know what's happening to you. That's why, my dear. Your fathers and mothers left you a wealth someone else thinks they ought to destroy. They want to take away what's yours. Make sure you and yours do not enjoy. The profit is for them only. They are not sharing. Your well-being, your environment, your heritage, your village, your country, your world are not yours. Your wealth is theirs. Your environment is theirs. Your memories are theirs to make more of and leave you being theirs as well, their customer. You enjoyed that for far too long, my dear. We now want you to give up all that in the name of my profit, my gain, and ravaging greed. I will bulldozer eons of wealth that had remained waiting for you for centuries. Cover it in concrete. Take your soul, money, and heritage and leave you a child lost in the middle of the busy, trafficky, polluted road, my dear.
Sacra Familia. My grandmother's father built a boat, red like the sinking sun and yellow like the dandelions, blue like the water's waves and green like the fields in summer. Swaying against the waterless sea, stuck in place, anchored on the harbor road, bright against the harsh brown earth. A touch of our culture, a part of our history, the blood, sweat, and tears of family bonds, a homeless home, like horses in a stable. It watches the ferry, its endless journey back and forth, like Sisyphus and his rock. Once it sailed to the blue waters of our island, fish slapping against the side, greeting the sunrise like an old friend, bouncing on the water, Stagnation, movement, stagnation, movement. The sacred family, even as they fly away, they take a part of home with them.
Years and years, no need to hasten. This windswept face, so warm and tan, was chiseled smooth by God's own mason, whose flares beyond the scope of man. This patterned ground which lies before me, all shaped and carved with awesome skill, like a mirror to the azure sea, is the place I come to chill. Sat myself beneath the old watchtower while sunset shines in all its glory, till twilight comes to steal her power, and golden rock turns dull and hoary. The silence here is one so rare, no single hint of most vile construction, just nature space where all is fair, yet far too prone to cruel destruction. This is Alda from Gozo Weaving and Creations. She uses natural materials such as sheep's wool and cotton to make a range of products using traditional methods like weaving. Having been doing this from the age of 5 with her mother and grandmother, she truly values keeping such traditional methods and heritage alive, while also taking a modern spin on them, as we can see here through the production of different pillows, wall panels, curtains, carpets, and even items of clothing such as jumpers, these skirts, and even scarves. Through her creations, she enjoys bringing out the theme of nature and Gozo's architectural and environmental beauty, and how we should be preserving this rather than destroying it. Why fall into the trap of fast fashion and supporting unsustainable methods of production when we can support such local businesses whose products are environmentally friendly as well as better for our overall health and quality of life? With Gozo holding a very special place in her heart, she hopes that through her work and events such as this exhibition, we can raise awareness to prevent Gozitan environmental destruction, as well as ensuring that such tradition and heritage remain alive and are not lost forever. For more information, feel free to follow Gozo Weaving and Creations on social media, and let's work to save Gozo together.
Okay.
This is Alda from Gozo.
I just, watching all of these really I feel so many beautiful pieces. Alda, your creations are just so magical to me. When I first saw them, I was like, crying. It's so amazing. And so many other of your artworks. I mean, Nicola's and Kat's pairing the Sacra Familia poem, that was Kat's grandfather's boat that he actually built, the first ferry from Gozo to Malta, which is displayed at the harbor in Nanjar over here. And, I had this vision, I just have to say, when Nicola, she gave me some of her beautiful artwork. And I just had this vision of asking Kat to, write a poem to it without having any idea that Kat's grandfather, was the builder of this first amazing, I don't want to say boat, I don't want to say ferry. There's not a beautiful word enough to describe. There's probably a word in Maltese that you could, what is the word in Maltese for these kinds of boats or ferries? That Angelique, you're muted. Okay.
At the moment, it escapes me, but bċejjeċ tal-bahar we call them, but because so bċejjeċ tal-bahar is like pieces for the sea, but it's a generic term, so I wouldn't know, because that's like I have to be a fisherman and I'm really not. But I'm really in awe of all the artists that we're featured here. At the moment, at Alda's work. It's really beautiful with all the weaving, and she manages to capture the essence of Gozo through an ancient craft and art. That's truly something to admire and to sustain, because if we do not sustain people like Alda and like all the other artists, obviously, but in this case Alda, we lose a lot. We lose part of our identity, and that is something that we should be safeguarding. What makes us unique, the difference between us and the next islands, you know, and the next countries. These are what makes us special, what will give us a sustainable future in terms of economy, in terms of tourism, everything. It is very short-sighted to be governing in a way which does not preserve people's work like this, and to be bulldozing over so many centuries of heritage and of memories. These are ours, and this is what makes us special, what we can offer the world. And I think it is very short-sighted and unwise, to say the least.
Yes, I'm putting up on the chat. I just posted the link to Alda's page on Facebook. She does have her creations for sale, and I can't wait.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yes. And I'd also like to share some of the other artists that we saw today. I just shared Chelsea's, she was the filmmaker, Chelsea Muscat, and that film, I must have watched it, I don't know, 5-10 times by now. And every time I see it, it really just makes me cry.
Yeah, it hits the heart. Those are very powerful words, and they resonate with our collective sentiment. I know there are a lot of us who feel, maybe they are not as vocal, possibly not as artistic, but definitely we all feel the same. We all do not want to let go of our past like that. It's too valuable. We'll become faceless and identityless if we're concrete over everything and we just have more apartments. And then what? Who is gonna remember us? We're matchbox over another matchbox. That's what we call them in Maltese, Kashita Sofarini, you know? No, there's nothing there special that makes us unique. And we are a unique country.
Could I say that I'm looking at Alda's work for the first time and I'm totally blown away. Well done, Alda, well done. Thank you.
Indeed, Astrid, indeed. And I'm very happy that with this opportunity we could discover your work. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Something which I want to say, it's when I was raised, like now we used to have a lot of souvenir shops around Malta and Gozo, and our identity we have to keep is because our tourists used to see the things going on, working the lace, the loom, and other crafts, and so the tourists used to enjoy buying our things. For example, my mother was even like me, working with those things, doing macrame, doing a lot of crafts. And we used to sell to the different shops their own different patterns. So the tourist, when he goes in Victoria, example in Gozo, there would be about 12 tourist shops. All the shops used to have unique handmade items with their own patterns, even for the lace bookmarks. All made in Gozo, all made handmade, genuine materials that you can even wash and give to, and it will be inherited from one person to another. And that show, when I showed you, there was the cardigan for the children. That was made out of local hand woven and local sheep's wool, which in Malta, we don't preserve these no more. And we don't love using these things. But in the olden days, let's say in my age, 50 years ago, we never used to have the sort of diseases and let's say the asthma we have today, because we used to use the clothings made, handmade, knitting, crochet, weaving, or whatever, all with pure cotton that used to be planted in our fields with the farmers, and even with the natural eco materials friendly, the sheep wool and the cotton. Let's say something else, the mattresses where we used to sleep on. It was all made out of cotton. The last factory in Malta, it was in 1985, which was Mosta weaving. They used to do the looms over there, everything handmade from cotton, which was plowed in our fields. It was a natural material, eco-friendly for everyone. And so the curtains, the rugs, everything. And the last, in 1960s, there was a factory which used to have 150 laborers working, everyone, men, women, children, whatever. I feel very sorry about those things because tourists, when they come to our island, both Gozo and Malta, and especially Gozo, we have to promote back again our local tradition things, handmade. And when they buy a souvenir, it has to be typically of Gozo.
Thank you for sharing that. That's so important. You know, it goes with the theme. Our beautiful heritage needs preservation. That was the whole theme of that last segment.
Something else, except, and I'm going to stop with this, we need to educate. We need to, education have to keep on going and keep going on our traditions.
Absolutely.
Because I teach, I am the only weaver in Malta and Gozo. I teach this in traditional skills, as I have shown you in all these. And there is an art.
What
and this is something, and I'm going to stop here. It is something relaxing for both your mind and for everything.
That's a beautiful.
Well done for this group. Today was my first opportunity to hear about this, but good luck to everyone. Let's be a team and join and preserve ourselves.
Exactly, exactly. And the more we preserve ourselves, the better our heritage will be preserved and it's more sustainable for everyone. That's the long-term benefits.
And when tourists come here and all the foreigners we are here, they would love to enjoy our heritage and we should be proud sharing to them.
Very true.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Very true.
And so again, just to remind everyone, you know, we are fighting to preserve our heritage. We're fighting to preserve our island. We're fighting to preserve our archaeological sites. And I think a lot of us are feeling very similar emotions. And I think this next segment, which is called Our Beautiful Hearts Need Healing, applies to all of us. So here we go.
Heritage destroyed. A man stops before the wall and gazes into the fields around him, the dry air swaying against the rough wool of his clothes. The world is not new, but it is not yet old. The earth is still pliable, malleable, collecting its battle scars. There is a simpleness in the atmosphere, a purity like untouched snow. The world is unkept and magnificently wild. But the man knows the earth. They are old friends. He has tilled the soil, planted and harvest, prayed for rain and good fortune. The earth rewards his hard work and grows him food beneath the hardened surface of her skin. So he digs a hole in the ground with a spade, though he cannot know the meaning of a word not yet invented. His family works in the field where he digs his hole. They stop and watch him, watching the exertion of his body, the red dust of film in the air as he tosses it behind him. His great tool is at work, a silo he is building, or a tomb to hold his family's bones. Maybe he just likes to feel the soil on his skin. He is a passing thought, remembered by the shards of a pot, fragments of his jaw, a femur, bracelets that belonged to his wife. And one day, long after he has been forgotten by the earth, a man not unlike himself will walk in the field he used to till and plant a flag in the broken earth, declaring it his and his alone. And the bones broken beneath tractors and concrete, choking on the soil below, blur the lines between creation and destruction. Because the man forgets he once walked the fields and watched as it crumbles beneath him.
Ocean, earth, sky, sand, all the things that make up our land, tainted, dead, polluted, glass. Can you hear our earth crying? Seeds, sprouts, flowers, trees, houses, flats, villas, hotels. It's all been said before, and here it is, being said again. The earth is dying, and we are its murderers. Mud and water, rubble and pools, animals and newborn, food and trophies. Thinking about it all makes me cry. Seeing the earth go down, seeing it die. Why are people so greedy, so selfish, so cruel? Well, it's all because they think that humans rule. Power, it's all in their heads. A few more years and it will all be dead. We are the superiors? No, we are the murderers. Don't you get it yet? We are not the rulers. We are the murderers. Take a cow, make leather, food, and milk, greedily taken away from its dearly needed purpose. Take a horse, take its hooves, its hair, and take it for food. Take a calf away from its mother, away from its sisters, away from its brothers, and put it all into your own little pot. They've taken down Malta. Now it's time for Gozo too. Digging up and butchering all that's left of nature's purest form. You've taken all of the purity away, taken away all its nature too, taken away all its sea and its land, taken away its sacred trees and its sand. Farmlands in Gozo? Dig it up and build flats. It's not as though we have enough already. Take it all so you can build your tower, taking and taking all for yourself, higher and higher until you finally reach the sun. Congratulations, you've won. A new era has just begun. The era of despair, haunting cries and disease. The era of lost hope, forgotten love, and the era of the deceased.
It's a never-ending construction, an evil testament to destruction. Annihilating archaeology serves no function, but to create concrete monoliths to serve no God. as we stand here at this junction, there is no ceasing of corruption. And this society's profound dysfunction is but a pretense that serves no God. Our souls cry, release us from this toxic dungeon. Free us from capitalist seduction. Apathy is but an abdication of deduction, a laziness that serves no God. Do they think that we will simply stand with no interruption? Allow beauty and antiquity to turn to mass production? And birds are killed and buildings fall? All because of actions that serve no God? No. Let this be the eruption, creativity and inquiry's induction. We shall share our instruction because we have the wit, the talent, the drive, the gumption. And our children know thought, love, and logic's function, remembering this generation's erectile dysfunctions. And together we will overturn these heartless obstructions, erasing perplexing misconstructions, creating castles of active language and percussion. And together we will serve God.
Hello, my name is Alessio Koshkiri, and I am currently an artist residing in Hamrun. Much of my artworks always discuss different historical periods in Malta, be it within the very distant past and prehistory, or recent past, and even prospective, future apocalypses. Much of what I do is always centered around this idea of a localized narrative. So within the artwork originally titled Sic Transit Gloria Melite, I was interested in creating an image which deals with this topic. First and foremost, the central figure, which is the Malta-Arch, is very clearly one which is a Maltese prehistoric image. But what I was also seeking to do is to experiment with imagery which we see within our day-to-day lives. There's more churches than there are days in a year in Malta, so the imagery which I chose to use is also symbolically tied to a triptych, which is typically one which is more often found within Christian iconography. Now, the reason I did this was primarily because I wanted it to show that, the fat lady, the Malta-Arch, is sort of the symbolic martyr of this era. When I was creating the work, I was originally thinking about it as being sort of the altarpiece for the cult of construction, which I was, envisioning in my head, and I left it looking like it's an unfinished church triptych for that reason, because I really wanted it to have this kind of aesthetic to it. I didn't really want it to be visually appealing. I don't really create anything for the sake of making it look visually or aesthetically appealing. Much of what I do is based around the aesthetic being tied to concept at hand. So since I wanted it to look like a triptych, I painted it with oils. That being said, most of all of my other works typically use concrete or plaster or other materials which are more industrial by nature. And the reasoning behind it is that I really think that if you want to look at something which is just beautiful, you could go outside and look at nature. I don't think that it's within, I don't find it personally interesting to create artworks which are purely visually appealing or beautiful. Because if you want to look at beauty, we should be going outside and looking at nature, which is pretty much what my artwork is all about. It's about discussing not just heritage, but also the environment around us. So interpret my painting as you will. It's a painting which I had done some time ago, and which in hindsight I probably wouldn't create in that form again. And I hope that it in some way or form spoke to you.
Early Vandalism by Ian Springham. This work is a 20 by 20 centimeter paper mache comprised of ashes and plastic primer on canvas. This work was inspired by mankind's perpetual quest to rearrange things and to stamp their identity upon them. This obviously extends to architecture and the desire to have flat walls to display one's artwork, caves being unsuitable for canvases, flat screen televisions and the like that come with progress and development. In this work, the early farmer is saying, I have a cow. Now I need permission to build a cowshed. And this is the alpha of the mega complex. We did not quantize it. We did not. That is it. We did not quantize it. We did not quantize it.
The Giants' Field. There is a place not far from here that the giants once called home. They dragged their stones and stacked them into piles, building a great wall to protect themselves from the stinking reach of greed. They dug holes to store their food and tamed the unhospitable land, calling it to their whim. An age had passed in stillness. People came from far distant lands and fished in the sea and built settlements and towns and cities. And the people brought with them horses and goats, pots of wine, warships, religion, bombs, cars, and concrete. And the people grew and grew, consuming the land, shearing the green foliage, laying waste to the ancient trees, choking the blue seas with sewage and trash. And the people watched the carnage from their windows unperturbed, not knowing what to make of the stillness between dust and smoke. They did not yet understand the inherent, unyielding corruption of the fruit from a poisonous tree.
Desecrated megaliths infused with the venom of tarantulas, murdered birds, slaughtered trees, choking on the toxic arsenic, asbestos, nuclear dust. My love destroyed. Our temples destroyed. Our magic destroyed. Our lives destroyed. Kalima, the Black Madonna, Hecate. Allah, restore us, heal us, hear us, suck the sickness from our souls, extract the toxins from our core. Restore kindness, intelligence, magnificence, trust. Let love o'ertake all. Bring the bird and the word. to the hurt, to the hurt, to the
Okay, so.
I love the juxtaposition there, Dawn, with the, you know, the rubble wall and then those huge buildings behind you. And, you know, that was really powerful.
Yes,
really
and
powerful.
Thank you. And that was at Tal Ades. And again, I look at Tal Ades as a cautionary tale. You know, here in Gozo, I live near, I literally live like 5 minutes away from this ancient temple that no one knows of. It's in a farmer's field. I read of development being planned, I think in the 90s. People were trying to organize to save it. And I don't know what's happened since then. I don't see any act. Probably Malta-Arch will at some point take up a crusade to save it, just like Tal Ades. And even Gozo, even Gigantia in Gozo. Gigantia is one of the most important landmarks in the world, let alone Malta.
Yeah.
And they want to develop on it, you know, almost directly in the buffer zone, at the edge of the buffer zone, and even beyond the buffer zone. You know, we have archaeology, we have the soil that contains so much information. And I partnered recently with Astrid Vella, who's here of FAA, and the World Heritage Watch, an NGO based in Germany, that they have a direct line to UNESCO. They're bringing up this issue of Gigantia. So, you know, Malta-Arch hopefully, you know, is helping. But the fact that we have to fight these battles in the first place is just absurd. It's absurd.
It's
true.
Yes. It's very, very close to being a sacrilege, you know. This is holy land for past peoples, and it must not be destroyed like this. We need to be able to understand that it must not be touched.
And quite frankly, it's holy land for present people as well. A lot of the pieces we saw, I know that some of them are quite controversial. I know Alessio's triptych is very painful for some to see, but you know, the metaphor of what he's, you know, depicting, I feel is what many of us feel. I'm happy to admit that, you know, I'm part of a pagan community, and paganism to me is like Buddhism. It's not a renouncing of God or of standard religion. It's sort of a practice that is earth-based and a practice that honors the feminine. And with Alessio's triptych, it's to me the rape of the feminine. It's the rape of our nature. It's the rape of what people will call goddess, Mother Earth as the goddess. And you know, these cranes, these nonstop, disgusting, you know, concrete buildings are destroying us. They're destroying the feminine. And
I think artists should push buttons and should push barriers and should be heard, and they have to shake you. So I admire Alessio's work, even if it makes some people uncomfortable, because no, we don't need to depict beauty all the time. We actually need to stand up and show the value of us, because nature is us and we are nature. That's the farther away we are from nature, the more unwell we become. Like Alda was saying, you know, all these asthmas and all these minor afflictions will increase the further away we are from nature because of that. So yeah, I like his work.
Yes, and I want to shout out to Martha's work. Martha, her poem I think it's called Gozo and Its Cries, and forgive me if I got the name of the poem wrong, but when she highlights the factory farming, when she highlights the chickens packed in boxes and the calf being torn away from its mother. And, I think all of us at some point, we've been guilty of being insensitive to animals, that they're also beings with emotions and probably, intelligence at a different level, obviously, than ours. But, does their pain matter not to us? I mean, it's something, I'm not saying that we shouldn't eat meat. I'm not judging people for, what, nature, we've all evolved to be omnivores, whether or not we choose a different path. That's part of our evolution. When I rescued a baby bird, I had to feed it bugs. I had no choice. It's part of its evolution. But we can at least be thoughtful and conscious to, what we consume,
yes.
And how, the animals are being treated. So, gosh, I'm going off on a tangent.
I don't think so, Dawn. I think everything is linked. It goes back to how we, how we treat others, whatever beings others are, reflects exactly what we are and what we give value to. And this is part of it, be it beings, other beings, or lands. So there.
Yes, absolutely. And, just to get back to our topic of saving Gozo, again, I want to, in the chat, I want to share some links. If you guys aren't part of the Save Gozo page, I do urge you to join. There are a lot of really smart activists there, people that, deeply care, and a very diverse community. And I'm very grateful for it. So I'm just posting that link here. I don't know why, whenever I go back.
It's okay, I'll share it, Because you send it.
Chat, yeah, it just goes.
It's okay. There you go. They have been sharing it as well, this page, but it's nice that you give a shout out to them, because the more we come together for each other, the stronger we are. So thank you. Thank you, Dawn.
Yes, thank you. And also a reminder to sign and share the petition. I mean, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but their power in numbers.
It's important.
And bring in your communities, your religious communities, your families, people at work, people that might not, they might be apathetic, or, there's something that a lot of us are upset about, which is not just obviously the constructors and the planning authority, but we're upset about apathy and negativity. There are so, like, a lot of us are debating every day through our social media chats, people saying, oh, nothing can be done, or Malta's like this, or what are you going to do? And, that sort of thinking is just as dangerous. That sort of thinking just stops, the belief that we can change. And, if you look at the history of humanity, whether it's ending slavery in America or, getting the British Empire to withdraw, I mean, it all comes from people coming together and, overturning tyranny and cruelty and idiocy. So that's what I have to say. All right.
I like that you said it. I posted also our email address so that you can you receive from us, from Malta-Arch, and I also posted the said petition, like the broken record, but there's no way we won't, make sure that you sign this and make others sign this, because together we can make a difference. And if we sit there and expect others to do something, then we achieve absolutely nothing. So I agree completely with Dawn.
Thank you. And please join our page as well. And if you haven't sent in your email, if you're not part of the mailing list, just, text your email right in the chat. That way we can keep you posted. And Malta-Arch is in the process of becoming an NGO, and it's really my dream to not just create my own projects, but to help fuel so many people. If Angel has an idea, if Kat has an idea, Astrid, Michael, Tanya, we come together as a community, and you can also be empowered through this collective. I see us going more in the terms of in the direction of artivism, because it's just natural. I'm an artist. I connect with artists, but you know, it's not only artivism, but artivism is powerful too. And
of course it is. Of course it is. And we also have upcoming artists who are becoming more artivists. So this is a growing way of making yourself heard through art.
Absolutely. And my dream, honestly, I really want an exhibition in the St. James Cavalier. We're going to aim towards that for next year. We'll see what happens. But, you know, I think if we have an actual physical exhibition, and we've been planning this we've been dreaming of this for over a year, I should say. But ever since the Mosta protest, you know, this has been at the forefront of our minds. And, you know, just when people walk through a gallery and see, you know, these giant kicks.
Yeah.
I think it works. I think art has a very emotional, visceral,
very true.
spiritual connection. Yes. Okay, so let's segue to our final segment. Is it our final segment? I think it is. Wow, it's going fast. So this segment is called Our Beautiful History Needs Remembering. Okay, and so many levels. And, you know, I'm studying archaeology now, and the idea of a palimpsest, you know, which is one layer after another layer, after another layer, after another layer. And, you know, we apply it in so many ways, whether it's our personal life or historical narratives. We need to remember our history. We need to preserve it. We need to learn it. We need to pass it on. And we need, most of all, to learn from it. So.
True, very true. Very wise words.
Thank you, my daughter. Okay, let's just share the screen. I wish there was an easier way to transition, but I have not mastered that.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, here we go.
Before she drifted to eternal rest, the sleeping goddess cut her lovely locks. Each strand turned serpent as it crossed her breast, to seek out crevices in sun-soaked rocks. Some say St. Paul drew venom from the snakes, but ancient temples hold a secret fast. The spirit of the deity awaits, an act of love and beauty unsurpassed. Each coiling creature glides a secret trail to interweave their ever-moving strands into an island tapestry, a silken veil, to celebrate these joyous sun-kissed lands. The leopard snake in glory keeps alone to curl his necklace, and the goddess in his throne.
Father, take me to the giant's moor and tell me once more the tale of the great lady who ate beans and placed the stones where they lie.
Grandfather, speak to me and tell me what you remember about these fields, so I may close my eyes and perhaps dream of the strong woman who swam the channel and drowned because her arms were cut off, while my thoughts wander along the cart ruts like the boats that traveled on land. Grandfather, bring back to my mind the story of the giantess and her children, her daughter who became the mother of the Gozo twins, and her son who became our father. The rubble walls and the large stones have been woven together as they turn and snake across the land of Talaris, like a large house built by people of unwritten wisdom.
Udni għam issir fuq ix-xara tal-ġganti, u tennili l-ħrafa tal-mara kbira li kielet il-ful u qedet il-ħaġar f'imkienu. Kellimni wajt li nan x'tiftakar dwar dawn li liqi, ħanala għajnejja u noħolhom forsi mara gotlija li għomot il-frigu u għerqet għax għatawla idea fil-waqt li ħsibijieti jimirku maraddet ir-roti baxxini li jimxi fl-art. Fakkarni nan fil-ġrajja ta' willit il-ġganta ta' binta li saret omlawċin u bina li sar missirna. Kien tiseċaw is-sejjieħ mal-ġibel kbir, jidur u jiserreb mal-art tal-qares b'għandura kbira mibnija minn nies ta' erf bla miktub.
Beloved island, you call out to me. Yours is the smile which I forever see. You keep me safe in your secure embrace. You give me strength as life I gladly face. You have been constant through eternal days, sustaining nature in its wills and ways. And when humans reached your blessed shores, they lived as one, obeying nature's laws. And sacred Gaia in their souls did stir, and people hewed your stone to honor her. Then kept safe these monuments of old, that we might gaze and bid their tales unfold. We have long since left nature's way of life. In name of progress, you saw war and strife, but through all it all, you gave your people heart, and they in turn were glad to pay their part. But now a time of reckoning draws near. Can you sustain this life we hold so dear? When we pollute the air we all breathe, and steal your land as you look and grieve. Beloved island, we must make a choice to honor you and give your future voice, or send you slowly to a living hell. Will church bells ring out life or sound the death knell?
Għażiża siġra ta' żvilber. Kull meta nersaq lejk inħoss forza sikta u n-niesa terfani il-fuq fejn ruħek u frijietek huma floli ma' sħab jitmelsu mismewwiet. Qalbi bħal tidħol tistref f'qalbek u nsir jien is-siġra. U nsir jien is-siġra bl-eruq fl-art li jafu tajjeb il-iħnet tal-ħamrija ħallieqa. Bitzok ferm, bil-frej spirali, bil-weraq smerald u l-ġew sambar. Nistana fis-sigriti tal-arja u tax-xita, nintwixxi minn fejn se ninseċ is-saħħa biex noħloq sriraħ ġodda. Għażiża siġra ta' żvilber, kull meta nersaq lejk, inħossni ħielsa, inżerna, il-fuq mill-mistoqsija, mill-intellett. U ħin jan ingħaqad ngħixu nagħllel mal-misteri tal-għejxien. Ħabiba bis-saltna tal-ħxejjex, jien tassew ferħana, grata li b'modi mistura nista' nittrasforma fik minkejja l-ftit sekondi, minuti jew sigħat.
Tree wisdom, dear old pine tree, when I am near you, I feel a loving energy lifting me up high to where your soul and branches dream in harmony with the sapient sky. My mind rests quietly in your mind, and as I fondly embrace you, I slowly, gently become a tree. I become a tree with roots in the earth that understand the deepest layers of the sentient soil, with a sturdy trunk, needle-shaped evergreen leaves, and spiral amber cones that sense the secrets of the animated air. A seasoned yet vibrant tree that instinctively finds sources of healing and renewed strength to create new seeds. Dear Aleppo pine tree, every time I transmute into you, I feel so aware, so free, serenely rising beyond questions, beyond logic, beyond words. I am intuitively alive, attuned to many energies and mysteries of creation. Then I wistfully wish I can always be a wise and inspiring pine tree.
Uh-oh, seems to not be moving. Maybe if I press it? Okay, good.
Calypso's whispers curled the shore-bound wave, safe-surfed Odysseus to Ogygia's sands. Love-struck, the goddess lured him to her cave, singing enchantments, weaving silken strands. Sicilian farmers making landfall found ample refuge in our island caves, down rough-hewn steps into the fire-blazed hall, with golden archway framing azure waves. Now, dive into the blue cathedral. Sponge tapestries adorn the sapphire nave, coral sculpted dominion polyhedral, with gray-cloaked clerics roaming heaven's enclave. Myth, joy, and history are intertwined within this grotto of the human mind.
I came to these islands, I was lost like a child. My eyes were open and I began to smile. For I was cradled in the arms of your sweet dish, washed in the blood with warm sacred fish. And you're my home from home, my sweet home. As long as I'm alive, I'll sing with pride back roads that lead to the sea. That Malta sun hanging over me. Crystal waters of emerald green. There's so much beauty, more than I've ever seen. And you're my home from home. Yes, you're my home from home. And as long as I'm alive, you know I'll say it with pride. You're my home from Santa Maria to St. Thomas Bay. I've left every mile of your shores. I've swam your lagoons and I've sailed away, only to return once more. Artist Square in the early morning, drinking coffee as a new day's born. Friendly faces stop and say hello. Feels like the world here is moving slow. You're my home.
For the Love of Trees by Miriam Sorrell. I'm here for the love of trees. I'm here, right here on my knees, begging all to stop and think. Without trees, we drown and sink. We sink beneath a barren soil, we'll simmer, bake, and even boil. For trees, they give us life, clean air, to breathe our lives without a care. So love the trees, our biggest gift. They're all around to give a lift. When woes and blues, they rear their face, they'll wipe your pain without a trace of tears rolling down your cheeks. In bed alone beneath your sheets, outside the trees stand firm and strong for us to visit them along. As time allows you, go and stay. Beneath a tree their magics play. With hidden eyes mycelium grows, like wildfire spreads, because it knows. We need each other, trees and I. For years and years their wisdoms cry. A unity is only born when we together smile or mourn. So reach the branches, hug a trunk. Beneath a seabed we have sunk. Where history fluff is all we are, without the trees long gone afar. I love you trees, each one of you, majestic oaks and pine trees too. Your trunk, your branches and your leaves, a life of wonder who believes. You just take root, communicate. Our eyes wide shut were far too late. Your shades of green, that chlorophyll, your beauty and our lives you fill. With thanks and deepest gratitude, let's change this blindest attitude. Our souls, our lives and bodies fed, without the trees were good as dead. You bring forth food, our lives sustain. You clean the dross and still remain, intact supporting earth divine to make a life so fine.
I climbed this rock years ago in a dream. In this dream, I've heard a voice. If you listen quietly, you will realize that the wind takes care of dreams and merges them with the dreams of thousands of other people like you. The wind whispers to those who can listen. And then I've heard a voice.
If you look at the horizon right now, you can see that the view is obstructed by sad, impenetrable, ugly geometric shapes. Can you see that farmhouse? There is still a light there. They show you how, when a structure is bonded in nature, she doesn't abandon human life. All the world is changing, and she's still there, serving humanity.
My eyes then gaze down at a cliff. I tell you clearly, dear, I'm carrying on this battle with you today. I'm waking you up. Your dream of infinite expansion is an illusion. Look at nature. There are 4 seasons. Each one of them has a meaning and is a gift. No more expansion is allowed. The time for work of conservation and transformation has arrived. Do you want to cooperate with it? Well, wake up.
In a globalized world affected by the current deglobalized travel system, how can rituals help us reconnect with friends and loved ones, especially those living and confined afar? Working with nature is part of this healing process. Borders between connection and disconnection are disappearing. The digital realm and human relations have become unified in one never-ending shift. This is especially affirmed through our network presence in multi-internet realities. The concept of physical rituals has been virtually forgotten in the anthropology of everyday life. In every culture, these moments marked the cycle of life and gave a spiritual framework for humanity. It is now necessary to return to nature and reconnect with our surroundings. Recreating performative actions and ritualistic artifacts from Gozo's environment helps us to do that. The ongoing process of overdevelopment is having devastating effects on the environmental sustainability of Gozo. The present government's trajectory seems firmly directed towards a full-scale urbanization of the Maltese islands. This rapid transformation of our reality has caused a majority of people to experience various forms of longing. Can nature fill that void? When the basic need for tangibility has become a scarce commodity, a longing appears, a longing for another human being, for a physical encounter, for an exploration of the senses and the possibility of an unhindered exploration, for a change of place. Rituals enable subconscious and conscious connection with nature. Rituals allow connection with these feelings of yearning in relation to time, nature, and space.
Behold the bounteous crop of churches, thrusting skyward an island people's faith, sown over centuries where spirit searches for comfort, sanctuary, the truth God safe. Lowly spinster Carmny Grima, thrice blessed with Mary's whispered words, by grace unveiled, Tapinu's shrine, balm to solace souls distressed. Wind blown, storm tossed, by snares and doubts assailed, like birds perhaps, each spirit seeks its nest. Our Lady calls to those who brave the sea. St. George defends the faith with armored chest. The great rotunda sets the spirit free. From Barrow Cathedral to shy St. Anne's, all souls find refuge in these holy spans. Behold the bounteous crop of churches.
Beautiful. I really was touched by all those.
Let there be beauty. The stones, the birds, the trees. The sea, the stones, the birds, the trees. Let the people see. Let the people see. We need harmony. We need harmony. Let there be serenity. Let there be serenity. Forgiveness for you and me. Forgiveness for you and me. Compassion for all we see. Compassion for all we see. Let our spirits free. Let our spirits free. Let all of nature rise. See through Gaia's eyes, sending beauty to the skies. Watch our magic rise. Now there is beauty. Now there is beauty. Embrace the stars, the birds, the trees. So much left to see. Here are harmony.
Okay, so we have reached the end of our sessions in terms of the artworks, and this was really great for me. I hope you enjoyed it as well.
I think we all did. I speak on behalf of a lot of people here. Yes, it was well curated, so heartfelt. Michael, you want to say some words on this, and we can go into Q&A as well?
I think Michael's frozen.
No. I just said we did when asked whether we enjoyed it. But yes, I know that I'm at it. I'm quite impressed by the contributions that everybody
and
by the curatorship that I've done. It's been a treat to see these images and sounds and words come together. And yes, definitely art has, and Rich will have, a lot of transformative capacity. So
fantastic. And I'd like to invite Kat and then Tanya and Nicola. If Nicola's 33rd anniversary is tonight, so her husband planned something, a surprise she didn't realize, so she might not be here now. But Kat, you're here. Would you like to say anything?
Yes, I want to just thank Dawn and Angel for doing so much amazing work, putting all of this together, and everyone who contributed. You know, sometimes this issue about overconstruction can seem so overwhelming, and people say, oh, there's nothing you can do. Why are you wasting your time, your energy, trying to combat it? But that's not true. This is something we can combat. We can set the precedent for future development here in Gozo, here in Malta, that no, the planning authority and these developers do not have carte blanche to take the land and ruin, you know, this beautiful land. I'm originally from New York, but my parents are Gozotan, my family is Gozotan. My memories coming here were always amazing memories. So our voices deserve to be heard. Our heritage deserves to be preserved. You know, I used to love being able to tell people when they'd ask, oh, what's Malta? Where is Malta? You know, and explain the beauty of this land, the history that's here. So everyone here who contributed, who's here to listen, thank you so much. And let's continue to express ourselves, to protest this, to share and uphold Maltese heritage and culture. This was an awesome event, and thank you all for joining. Your work has been fantastic.
Yours as well, Kat. Thank you for such beautiful words and sentiments, and reminding us to, you know, this is just the beginning, or maybe we're in the middle, but we have to continue. We have to persevere. We cannot lose hope. We cannot grow despondent. Trees have been cut down. We need to plant more trees. It's that simple.
And take care of them. I just a small note. This is all Dawn's doing, as in she curated, she kept this alive and made it happen. So I'm just here assisting her, you know, as one does, obviously.
It's not all my doing. It wasn't even my idea. We had a meeting.
But you made it. Yeah, you made it.
But yes, I did work a lot, I have to say.
So I wanted to thank you on behalf of everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Well done. It was a great surprise for me today, yeah?
And, we're really happy you're here. We're really happy.
Yes.
And I started from the first moment you went in, and I'm not going to leave before you finish up.
Oh, fantastic.
I have shared it with my friends from abroad as well. They are seeing it from abroad.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Amazing.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, one of the great things that happened with the pandemic is it's really bringing international communities together. It's fantastic. I'd like to invite Tanya. Tanya, you know, she also was very, very helpful. Tanya, would you like to say anything, or? You're on mute, unfortunately.
Tanya, I think she had to leave early because she had some other. Let me check.
I
If
see
I see her. She's here.
Oh, she's here. Oh, I overlooked you, Tanya. I'm really sorry.
I'm in black and white.
Oh,
very
mysterious. Very chic and gorgeous.
I just want to say I am a visitor in this beautiful land, but thank you for doing that. It was very touching, and the feeling was really good, and I can feel people's pain in some of those artworks. It was really super nice that there was so many. For me, being a foreigner, I see a lot of foreigners being active, but for this, it was very much like the local community, and it was really awesome. Well done.
Thank you. Yes. And I'd like to invite first Martha and then Antonella. I don't see your cameras on, but if you're here and would like to say something, both of you, because you contributed so much, both Martha and Antonella really just, first of all, they were so supportive. Then they created beautiful works. You know, Martha is a performance poet as well as a musician. She and I wrote that last song together. She's my songwriting partner in crime, our Twisted Ivy little group.
Yes.
Martha, turn your camera on. Let us see your beautiful, shiny.
Not so beautiful, but okay.
Very beautiful.
Hello. Yes, I wanted to thank Antonella because I never actually talked to you in person, only on email. So thank you for sharing your beautiful pictures and letting me cooperate with you and actually let me use your photos. I hope that this actually gets through to maybe someone, maybe some politician is secretly watching and they will, you know, say, all right, we need to do something about it because these people are going to come after us. But I was really, really impressed with all the other artworks as well. I didn't see them before today, and a lot of them were very touching as well. And your works, Dawn, were very beautiful as well. Good job. And good job to everyone else as well. That's what I want to say for my part.
How about you, Antonella?
Thank you so much for everyone. And thank you, Marta, as well. It was amazing collaborating with you. And I hope we can get to do something else in the future.
Yes.
And thank you so much as well, Dawn, for all your hard work. And even Kat, it wouldn't have been possible without you. And I know it was a lot of hard work. So I really appreciate it. And I'm sure everyone else does as well. I really love that we got to use art as a way of expressing how much we love Gozo and the need to stop all this overdevelopment because it is just getting worse. And knowing that we are now a community to working to support this cause means so much to me. And I know that we will be able to change at least something, knowing that we can stand together for it. So yeah, I'm really excited to possibly working with you guys in the future even more. And I'm really, really happy to see all your artworks. And I can't wait to see what change we create together.
Absolutely. And thank you for that optimism. I had a vision of pairing Antonella's photographs. She did those really, impressive and, memorable photographs in that construction site. And I just had a vision of pairing her with Martha's poetry. And it just was like a beautiful marriage of art. And so, yes, I would love to see you collaborate further. And I really appreciate your enthusiasm. We will change. The history of civilization always shows change towards the better. Sometimes it's not linear. Sometimes it's up and down, it zigzags a bit, we progress, we regress, but ultimately the trajectory aims towards the, higher protection of human rights as well as the environment. So yes, we will succeed. We would like to succeed in our lifetimes though. I think I'll just go around my screen the way people are in order, which might not be the same as your order, just to invite every artist to say whatever they wish, and then if anyone has questions, we can have and wants to linger, we can have a conversation. But like, let's start with Marlene Saliba, our dear poetess. Marlene, unfortunately, you're on mute, which I've done myself plenty of times.
Hello. I'm very impressed with all the artists, singers, musicians, poets, and by all the work it involved to organize it and have it all together. Well done, everybody. And we will succeed. I really like the optimism and the idea that we will not feel defeated, because so much is happening against our wishes. We see so much destruction all the time that it's very easy to give up, because we protest about something, sometimes we get some kind of action done, but after a few days, another place is destroyed. After a week, another place is destroyed. So I really believe we need to keep our positive energy and spread. I can see something like this, for example, in a big square, with big screens, dancing and singing, and a lot of people watching, because I think art has something else. It gives the listener and the viewer an emotion which transcends also logic. So it's all heart and mind and spirit. And I think that reaches more than just words or sort of letters. Those are important, and research is fantastic. All those are important. But in Malta and Gozo, we need that dimension now, the dimension of artists, the input of artists. That's it.
Always.
Thank you all.
Yes, and thank you for sharing your wisdom as always, Marlene. Thank you. Okay, so next on my screen, Gabrielle Spiller, are you still here? Because I see your name. Gabrielle was one of the writers.
May I interrupt a second on? I'm very happy that I'm here, but I have been organizing another campaign on another issue, and I have a meeting now.
Oh, yes, it's 8:30 and it's time for us to wrap, actually. And
but I don't want to stop this. They can't get in the meeting because I organized it. So I'm going to love you all. Thank you so much. My heart goes out.
Yes,
I'm really grateful for you.
This is the last. This is the last souvenir.
My goodness!
I just invented to try to sell for the tourists.
That's awesome.
You're a star.
With crochet, which I wish it will be promoted. And this is the first one you're seeing it, huh?
Wow, it's really gorgeous.
These are something we used to sell for the tourists. So definitely our tourists will appreciate our heritage.
That's true.
And our souvenirs. Definitely they will not find them in nowhere else.
Okay, forget the tourists. We all want them. Bye, Angel. Thank you. Good luck. We'll see you soon. Okay,
Bye. Thanks.
Yes. Okay. Yes, there were many more people before than now, and only a few artists remain. But those of you who are still here, you're welcome to talk. In fact, all of us are welcome to talk. But Gabrielle, did you want to say anything? Are you here or?
Now you can hear me, can't you?
Yes, now, and if you guys want to turn your cameras on, it's lovely to see your faces as well.
I tried to. It says it kind of start, I'm afraid. So,
okay.
Well, there's not much to say about it. It's the first time I participated in such an exhibition. But when you sent the call out, I felt I had to do something because, as some of you may know, I'm the author of the book 50 Reasons to Love Gozo. And I felt to keep my credibility, I have to speak up, because you can't go around, show a book with beautiful photos where every ugly building is avoided, and you speak about the tradition and the people, and then, keep your eyes shut. That doesn't work for me.
Yes, we have to all look at your book. I'm very curious about it. and so grateful that you're writing about this beautiful island, and also realizing that, yes, we have a responsibility, especially, you know, those of us that might not be native. My dad's from Malta, but I'm not native to Gozo, but still you know, I feel very strongly a sense of responsibility to help stave off the destruction and to help protect that which is dear. So thank you for sharing that. All right, who else? Clara, are you here, Clara?
Hi, yes. So first of all, well done, everyone. All the work was very beautiful. And basically, I wrote a poem, as you know. I wrote a poem mostly because I love trekking. I love trekking a lot. And particularly last summer, I had a lot of experiences in Gozo, where I went on different beaches and I came plenty of times. I'm Maltese. And I feel this, it's a disaster state, like, and I feel so, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because like my word only against all the big heads out there, it's a bit useless on my own. But I believe that when we gather together, where there are many people, then there comes power, hopefully, because that's democracy.
Absolutely.
And thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you. It's so wonderful to see your face. I've been reading your poem for so long. And I love it. It's great work. Yes, and you know, there's forgive me, and Michael might be able to correct me, but I believe there's a saying from Confucius, and I'm not positive it's Confucius. But there's this adage that I don't think it's Confucius, but anyway, someone was dying. I think it was an emperor, and he was on his deathbed, and he called his sons to his deathbed, and he asked all of them to bring a stick, and they each brought a stick, and then he broke the stick in half, and then he asked his sons again to give him another stick, and they gave him another stick, and there were 5 sticks now all together, and he couldn't break them. And I think that is such an important metaphor, you know, because yes, you know, alone, we are more vulnerable. Alone, you know, I can go out in the streets shouting and people are just gonna look at me like a mad woman. But, you know, just look at all of us together. You know, I don't know how many people actually came, but we had over 200 responses, you know, of people saying that they were interested. You know, I don't know how many were able to attend, but certainly that's quite a response. I mean, if 200 of us are in Valletta in front of Parliament, you know, and look at what graffiti does. Graffiti has thousands of people, you know, and when we bond together, I don't know if Astrid is still here, but, you know, Astrid has been leading a coalition of NGOs and, you know, getting people on the same page and writing and organizing. There is something being planned, hopefully later this summer, you know, hopefully COVID will allow that to happen. So, you know, there is power, and we just have to keep, you know, believing in ourselves and, you know, expanding to our potential, and also, you know, supporting others. So, yes. All right, Jackie McCullough, are you here? Oh, Clara, turn your, I like seeing your camera. Jackie, are you, I feel like I'm in class.
I am. I just wanted to say well done, eh? It's been amazing. So I feel really privileged to have been part of this. And I wanted to thank you all. It's been really, really good. And I really hope that what we're doing here will lead to what we're hoping for, saving Gozo. Yeah. It's my homeland. I love it. I live in Malta, but this is my home and I'll fight for it. So thank you for being part of this, and thank you for organizing this. It's been amazing. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you for your contributions. Your photos and your quotes were lovely. So thank you too.
Oh, thanks, Dawn. Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so on my screen, I see some first names and initials, and I don't know if there are any other artists here because I don't see the whole name. Is there anyone else who presented to tonight that would like to speak? Okay, well then we can just have a forum. If you know, if anyone needs to go, it's fine. But if anyone would like to linger around and just chat, Kat, I know you were keeping track of some of the questions. I don't know if.
No, I did not.
Oh.
I did not have. Apologies. I wasn't sure.
Oh no, that's okay. I know that we had organized it, but maybe Tanya was the one who was keeping track of the questions, but unfortunately Tanya had to leave. So what we're going to do with the questions, we're going to just, you know, cut and paste them and email them to the artist. Michael, you're an artist. I'm so sorry. Michael, in addition to being one of the founding members of Malta-Arch, also contributed his poetry and his reading of Marlene's poems. So I'm sorry, Michael, did you also want to speak as an artist?
No, I mean, it's okay. I don't really have much to add. I mean, it's been a very interesting way of bringing together, you know, artists. I mean, I don't particularly consider myself an artist. It's just that sometimes I feel compelled to write. That's about it. But yes, I think you know, with probably one thing that's very important in everything that's going on is beauty, and I feel that beauty is ultimately the nourishment of the soul. It's what can keep us going. It's what can keep us alive. It's if the sciences can tell us, you know, what the world is made of, however it is art, then that can tell us, you know, why life is worth living. So I think we should all find strength in this creativity. And yes, I like the optimism that's going on here, which is not always easy to keep in the current circumstances. So thank you, Don, for organizing this. Thank you for bringing all this together. And thanks to all the artists for contributing your work.
Thank you. I appreciate your words. Yes. Beauty, strength, courage, optimism. We'll have it eternally if we, you know, give it to ourselves. So let's not forget that ever. And I'm talking to myself as well. Yes. Anybody else want to say anything? All right, well then I feel this is a great place to conclude. My heartfelt thanks and gratitude, you know, to all of you and all of those who came. Yes, again, you know, just if you want to join us on Facebook, if you want to send us your email address, if you want to organize something with Malta-Arch, it doesn't have to be all me, you know, Marlene, Alda, Kat, Antonella, Clara. I mean, you know, we do have a statute, quote unquote, in place, but essentially if anyone has an idea for a project, you know, and then the committee will meet and discuss it and then, you know, give it approval. I would like to see other people also organize events and yeah, and just be part of us. And also, of course, with Gozo, the Save Gozo group is active. They're planning protests every Sunday at 11 in front of Arcadia in Victoria. I don't believe there are permits for anything, so it's just very impromptu demonstrations at the moment, but we shall see if you know, something larger will happen, especially once the restrictions are lifted. But yeah, let's just keep supporting each other, feeding each other fabulous ideas, and you know, all my love and heartfelt gratitude to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for your contributions. Hope everyone has a great weekend and keep up your strength, keep up your fight.
Absolutely. And to all our new friends, please stay in touch. Like I'm just so ecstatic to like meet more people. You know, I don't know everyone here, but I'd love to. So thank you very, very much again. Okay.
All the best, everyone. Have a great evening.
Okay, take care. Ciao.
Bye. Good night. See you.
Bye. Good night.
Bye.
Night. Bye.
I feel like I have to be the last person to end.
Bye.
Bye.
Well done, Dawn.
Thank you, Alda. Oh, you're so fantastic. I love you.
We need to make a workshop live somewhere in Gozo in the fields to show those things. Yeah, we should do it.
To make a what?
To make sort of a live exhibition.
Yes.
In the fields, it's in a place or next to the sea one time when it's open. It should be done to show all the traditions and real heritage.
That's a great idea. Let's think about it. If you ever want to meet, you know, either in real life or
where do you live in Gozo? We should meet that we are both in Gozo, right?
Yeah, let's do it. I live in Ein Selam.
Oh, when I see them, where my husband is from, and Antonella, I've got part of it from Ein Selam.
Oh.
Now, what I wanted to tell you as well, that boat there is in the harbor that you showed, it is it's an old one. That was done from the grandfather of Antonella. Eh?
But that's also Kat's grandfather.
The grandfather or what?
Kat said that her nanu made that boat.
The nanu of my husband and his daughter, she is still alive, which comes to be the grandma of Antonella.
Maybe
yes.
they're related.
Yes, maybe they are related and we don't know.
I have no idea.
Right. And they don't know. Okay, that is nice. That is nice. So one time we should meet that you live in Ein Selam.
Absolutely. Where are you?
In Victoria. I live in the city, Victoria.
Oh, it's close. Yes. Yes.
One time you should come and visit my workshop, to see the machines and the tools.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Now that this is over, I'm going to be able to breathe again. I'm going to be able to see. Right. I've barely left my house these past few weeks.
Nice. Right now, I have some foreign students at my workshop learning the traditional skills of weaving right now. And they are very happy doing this, and they even are buying the machines so they can do that from home.
Wow, I can't wait. I cannot wait to see your stuff and to see you actually working. Marlene, she's also a great lover of the prehistoric era here. And, you know, Marlene knows, you know, my dream. I really want to make a village, like a Neolithic village. Who knows if I can? It's a dream. But I might be getting funding. This is not a dream. This is actually.
So so what you have, it's an NGO, what you're, because this is
this is a different thing. But Malta-Arch, I'm trying to make an NGO. But for my research, you know, my research concentrates on the Neolithic era in Malta, but it concentrates on theater and the hypogeum of Halsaflini. I told you.
Yes, you told me a little bit, yes.
And I'm telling Marlene now. So I have a meeting to get funding from Science in the City to make a theater replica. So that's, you know, hopefully going to happen. And if it happens, like I want to have a show, you know, inside this replica. And of course, your work, like that's all handmade from the original materials, like whether it's the sheep's wool or I don't know if you use like flax or to, you know, have the costumes. Oh, it'd be so amazing.
And the machines I use and the tools and the machines I use, they are still the traditional ones, yeah? Which is something nice. What about Marlene? Where do you live, Marlene?
I live in Malta, but I love Gozo and usually I visit often, but because of the pandemic, I haven't visited Gozo for more than a year and I miss it so desperately because my great-grandparents were from Gozo on one side.
Okay.
I feel in some ways I'm more Gozitan than Maltese. When I'm in Gozo, I say I'm home, you know?
Okay, and where do you come from Malta? Which part?
I was born in Santa Venera, but I live in Santa Lucia. I've lived in Santa Lucia for many years now.
Okay,
Santa Lucia is not far from Tarshin.
Yes, I know.
Not far from the Hypogeum, about 15 minutes on foot from the Hypogeum and Tarshin temples.
Oh, I didn't know that.
When I was young, at the age of 16, I have a picture of me at the age of 16, with the loom and the hypogeums.
What? Can I see that picture? I need to see that picture. Do you still have it?
Yes, I'm supposed to have it.
Oh my God.
Because from the people from Malta, from the craft center from Malta, they have called me to go and do that picture because they did sort of something they took the loom over there and they wanted me that I was a young one weaving on that loom. It was a nice experience.
Oh my God.
Yes, I hope I will find that again. But it's last year it was in my hands.
Alda, I would like to have a contact point with you because occasionally a group from America visits Malta and Gozo who do a kind of pilgrimage of the temples, and they also visit our people who are creative and who create natural works, works out of natural material. You know, like you have.
Yes.
Your works are so fabulous. They would really adore them. You know.
Yes.
And I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you mind if I just, I really have to use the restroom. I'm going to put myself on mute. I'll be right back.
Go.
Yeah, but this whole hour has been terrible.
I will speak with him. Okay.
Yes, maybe Dawn, they were coming this September, but because of last September, actually, because of the pandemic, they postponed.
Yes.
And they usually visit temples. They visit Joe Schwierep's art, you know, I suppose.
Okay.
Joe Schwierep.
Yes.
And I am sure they would love to visit your place. So I would like to keep in touch with you. Even I want to come when I come to Gozo. I want to come to your work.
You know how to go on the Facebook. You can go on Gozo Weaving at Creations.
Facebook.
Yes, Gozo Weaving at Creations. Yes.
Tell me how to start. Can you tell me again slowly?
Gozo Weaving.
Weaving. Okay, weaving net
and creations. Because I do more crafts than weaving.
Yes, Gozo Weaving and Creations. Because I have to keep in touch.
Yes. And then you can send me something, some link or whatever for your own. So I can even send you my mobile and whatever.
Yes, of course. So if you have an email, then I will send you a message, and then we
can talk
through
email
emails because I'd love to see your works, and you know, and I have other friends who will love to see your work. So I want.
Yes, that would be nice. That would be nice.
You know,
I think. Because we're thinking on the 2nd May, it's going to be Sunday. Hopefully I managed to do it. There is going to be a workshop of showing my things in Hazebuch. There is a farm. They are going to be shearing the wool, and I hope everything will be good, that I can manage to be there in the mornings to show my things. So you can see there the loom and even the spinning wheel.
Yes. Will it be on Facebook? Will you have the information on Facebook?
Yes, I will share it. Yes, I will share it. But if you send me your email or whatever, then I can even send you more information about it.
Yes, I will do that. At the moment, because of the pandemic, I don't have a car, and I'm at home. I'm homebound or Santa Lucia bound.
Of course.
So at the moment, but I can tell some friends who may want to visit. So it's good to know about it.
Yes, because it's going to be live. It's going to be live real, you know, they can see it going on, and they can see how I work with the tools and everything at that moment.
And when is this? I missed it. When is your event?
It is going to be on the 2nd May. In Malta.
I wish we knew. We would have said it. We would have told everybody.
I was a little bit shy to say it. Let me tell you what.
Everybody was a pity.
Yeah, I know, but we can share it on the Facebook.
Share on Facebook.
Yes.
What
are you doing, Dawn? What are you doing, Dawn?
This is my little bunny.
Little bunny.
My little bunny.
Look, you should keep. Look, Dawn. Keep the fair when you are combing the fair.
Give it to you?
Yes, keep it. So I can do something for you with the fair. We should do that. Yes, you know what I'm talking. Keep it for me so I can make something out of it for you.
It's a pet bunny, a pet bunny.
I know it's a pet bunny, but that she's combing it, that's what I need, that fur.
I mean, she doesn't shed that much right now, but I think they
I know, but every bit you have, just keep it on the side and put it in a paper bag or in a shoes, in a box of the shoes.
You hear that, my baby? You're gonna be a coat.
An inspiration for artists.
What is the name of it? What is the name?
Her name is Cupid.
Ah, that's nice, Cupid. That's nice.
I don't know if she's a girl or a boy. I think she's a girl. In the beginning, I thought she was a boy, but now I don't know. But anyway,
okay.
It took me forever. It took me forever.
Where you got it, they should tell you from where you got it.
No, it takes them a few months to develop their.
Yes, I know, but then they can tell you more too.
My baby's so cute.
Nice.
It is very cute.
She doesn't really like to be on my lap. Like she just stays flat and then her ears go back. And that's it. But like she hops around. She's amazing. She's so smart and she's manipulating things. She moves like her meal bowl with her teeth, or she'll like she gets everywhere. She's fat. She jumps like crazy. She's really active. And in a way, it's kind of good when she's on my lap, she stops. Because at least she's not trying to get out of here.
She's always looking for you. She's roaming about to find you and your laps. That's why she would be doing those things.
I don't think so. I think she's looking for tunnels. She likes to tunnel.
I'm afraid I have to leave now. I'm sorry. I'm enjoying the conversation, but I need to go. I mean, first of all, to visit the
it was nice meeting you. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Nice you,
It was nice meeting you.
Lovely. So
keep in touch.
Keep in touch.
Take care. Keep in touch. Bye. Take care.
Bye.
God bless.
Bye. God bless.
God bless you all. Bye. We keep in touch. Listen, Dawn, can you send me on Messenger so how I can find you? So I send you 2 pictures of Antonella now.
Yeah, are you on Facebook? I know your page, but do you have your own personal?
Yes, of course, Alda Bujeya.
Oh, I don't know. Wait, hold on. I can still share my screen. I can find you. You can tell me where to go.
How can I find you? Just write Dawn.
Wait, that's not what I want. Wait, I can find you first. Let's see. Alda, ALDA, Bujeya?
Bujeya.
Bujeya. Okay.
Bujeya, yes.
That's maybe you. Let's see.
Is it you? You have got the hypogene from behind?
Yes. Is this you with the yellow sweater?
Yes, that's it.
Oh, look, it says Antonella Bujeya's mother. Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah, that's one on the wedding of this one, Massimo. He just got married last year, 2 years ago, no, almost a year and a half. And she was, look at her, how she was pretty dressed, Antonella.
Wow. And that's her sister or her brother?
They are all my children, the 5 of them.
All of them?
Yes, the 5 of them.
You have a lot.
I have 5. Now I have 2 grandchildren.
Wow, they look like they're in the ball. Like she looks like Cinderella with the crown.
Yes, that ball dress. Yes.
Oh,
it was amazing. And I even did the headdresses for them, for all of them. Look at
I want a headdress for me.
Yes, whatever you want.
Oh, I love her headdress. It's so beautiful.
Yes, there, and from behind you will see the one of Vanessa. You cannot see it there, but it's really nice too. And even the one of Antonella with the leaves. Definitely you will love that.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me poor.
I should make you one. Tell me the color you want it, because I can make it white, silver, gold, or even in body rose color, which is nice, that goes naturally.
I have to see. I don't really know. Like I usually just see something and I'm like, oh, that's pretty.
And listen, if you will be if you will be on the computer, you find a pattern of something, you just send it and I can do it for you.
Oh my God. Yes, we have to, let's get together. I'm going to see your workshop, and then I'm so excited. We can design things, and I'll give you my bunny's fur. I don't really know how much fur.
This, you should have this
on
your desk.
And I could put my pens in there.
Yes, you can put your pens and everything in it.
Yeah, I adore that. I just think it's so sweet.
This is something I just did this summer as a souvenir for the tourists, you know, and for everyone, anyway, which is something nice, and it's even washable. I mean, it's in cotton. The feeling of it, it's very nice, yeah. Yes, when we meet, we make an appointment. When Antonella will be here, we should meet.
For sure, we'll have so much fun. I can't wait. And then, you know, hopefully
you're very near then.
Yeah,
go and enjoy your time, because I take a lot of time of you. That is something really nice. And one time you should send me a picture of something for what you want me to make you with the panel, yeah?
Yeah, it's going to
or
be.
else I can do something myself. You just can tell, because that you love the heritage, definitely you want something about the heritage, right?
You know what I want, really? You know the sleeping lady skirt? You know the kind of skirt she wears?
Yes, the blue one?
No, the sleeping lady. You know her.
Yes, of course.
Something in that shape. But I want it to be pretty too. The shape isn't that pretty, I guess, but we can make it pretty.
Of course, you were you were the one doing the piano, so you look. I haven't seen you, but you look to be pretty and almost the same size of Antonella, so it suits you definitely.
Aww.
It will definitely suit you.
But I'm talking about the skirt, like the sleeping lady skirt. It's not like something I would buy for myself, but I want it, you know, for the research, just to see what it looks like. I need that.
Why not? It suits you. It depends when you will be wearing it. It will be even for a certain occasion. It will be nice.
And also, you know, it would be nice to have maybe two of them, maybe one plain and maybe one like with patterns like spirals or something. If you can do, I don't know if it's easy or difficult. I don't know, but something to think about, you know.
Yes, that skirt Antonella showed when I was holding, when I gave the video. That's the skirt I made for Antonella.
I love that skirt. It's really nice. That's
really nice, and you have to feel the texture of it because it is made out of cotton, real cotton.
Oh wow! Wow.
Yes, the texture of it is really nice. Yeah.
They grow the cotton in Malta?
What?
They grow the cotton in Malta?
Yes, I have some clients that they do, but we don't have that much like we used to do, because don't remember, Malta was it's one of the islands that used to export the cotton. Yeah? And
I read that. Yeah, I read like in the nighttime. Maybe.
Yes, the nighttime. Yes, that's right. And that was a great time of Malta, with all the industry of doing the cotton, which was really...
But I never see cotton growing now. I never saw cotton growing.
I can give you seeds. If you have sun, you can have it your own plant.
I mean, I don't have anywhere to plant.
No, just put it in that you're having the bunny. You can have one, and you have a window to the sun, I think, so you can have it.
Okay, yeah, that would be great.
You have a balcony? You have a balcony?
I have a courtyard with
oh, so then you can have it.
That's the bunny's home. He has, or she, the whole court. It's not that big, but you know, it's like a washing machine and a little, you know, for my washing.
Yeah, but at least it is big enough that the rabbit can roam about.
Perfect. It's perfect for the bunny because it's not too big where, you know, she'll get lost or something.
Did you make a place for she knows that's where to go to the toilet?
She does it on her own.
Emma, did you make sort of a cloth or whatever so she smells it and every time she goes on it?
I did.
Now you have to train it, huh?
Yeah, no, she's pretty good. I mean, the thing with the bunnies, they go to the bathroom where they eat. And I put a lot
So
of.
you always have to give her the same time, the same place to eat. So she goes every time to the same place.
She's been good. She's been good. She goes in her cage.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and I let her roam. She doesn't go on the floor. When I first got her, it was a nightmare. Oh my God. I'm like, how am I going to clean this? It was a nightmare all over the floor. Oh my God. And I had to take a bucket of hot water and just clean everything. But now she's good. She's just
that's nice.
Nice. You're nice. Funny. You're very
nice. No, because we will never end up. Anyway, it was a nice, really nice occasion, huh?
Yeah, it was lovely. I'm really glad we did this. It was a long journey and a very, very strange journey.
Course. Yes, of course. I know it took you time, but it was satisfaction.
Yeah, I think it was really good. I had a great time. It really makes me happy. It's my favorite thing. Bring artists together, share my art too, and for a good cause, and like doing something. We're not just, oh, here's my beautiful picture, but like, let's talk about this issue. Let's raise awareness about it makes me, to me, that's the best I can do in this life.
So this is going to be recorded so you can share it on your Facebook page too, because some of my friends from abroad, they sent me, they said they couldn't do it now. And if it's going to be recorded, they want me to send them back everything so they can see it. And when
let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. I pressed record.
Oh, if you told me, I would have done it. If you told me from before.
I didn't know. I didn't think to ask anybody. I pressed record and I did it. I did this once before with my nanu and it didn't work in the beginning. But then it took me like 2 months and then I finally got it. Hopefully this time it won't be a problem, but let's see. I don't even know
last online event I had, they told me to do it and I did it for them. I just recorded and I did it, but I didn't.
Okay, let me try to stop now. I'm going to stop the recording now and then we'll, pray.
I'm going to pray so I have it. I didn't know it from before because otherwise I would have done it. It's okay.
If you send a prayer, it's going to work. Let's try.